I counted them twice, then a third time. 3, that was the number. 3 birthday cards from my children, not 3 from this year. 3 altogether. My name is Arthur Bell. I'm 86 years old. For most of my life, I thought I was teaching my children how to do things right. Now I know I taught them that loving me was something they could fail at. I worked for the Postal Service in Toledo for 32 years. I sorted envelopes before sunrise, bills, packages, birthday cards with crooked handwriting. That became my mistake. I treated my own children's cards like mail at work. I inspected them, judged them, and sent the feeling back marked insufficient. My oldest, Peter, made me the first card I remember. He was 7. Blue construction paper, folded crooked. Inside, he wrote, "Happy birthday, Dad." He missed the H. I tapped the word and said, "Birthday has an H in it, Pete." His ears turned red. I added, "Good try, though." My wife Ellen said, "Arthur, he made that for you." I said, "I know. I'm helping him learn." That was one of my favorite excuses. Helping. Correcting people always sounds better when you call it helping. My daughter Beth was careful from the start. When she was 9, she bought me a card with a fishing boat on the front. I didn't fish, but I had once told her I liked quiet water, and I think that was the closest card she could find. She handed it to me with both hands, like it was breakable. I opened it and said, "You know I don't fish, sweetheart." She blinked fast. "I know. I just thought the water looked nice." I said, "It does," but the damage was already done. My youngest Nathan stopped trying earliest. When he was 11, he gave me a birthday card with a cartoon dog wearing glasses. I said, "You picked this because it was on sale, didn't you?" Nathan grinned at first. Then he saw my face. "It was 2 for $1, I figured," I said. Ellen touched my arm under the table. A warning without words. I pulled away. I wish I could say I was angry back then, but I wasn't. I was proud of having standards. Years passed. Peter began buying plain cards with no jokes. Beth started signing only her name. Nathan once gave me a card with $10 inside. I said a son shouldn't give his father money. He said, "Then give it back." I thought he was being disrespectful. Maybe he was only tired. By the time they had homes of their own, birthdays became quieter, but cards became rare. And when they did come, they were careful. Careful is what love becomes when it has been corrected too often. One birthday, Beth brought me a card in person. She had driven nearly 2 hours in the rain. She handed me a white envelope and said, "I almost didn't get one." I said, "Why not?" She looked down. "I never know what kind you like." That should have stopped me. I heard criticism instead of hurt. So I said, "I'm not that hard to please." Beth gave a little laugh, not happy, just a sound to cover the truth. I opened the card. It had winter trees on the front. Inside she had written, "Hope this year's gentle to you. Love, Beth." I stared at the word gentle. Then I said, "That's an unusual thing to write." Her face changed, only for a second. She said, "I thought it fit." I said, "Well, thank you, well." After Ellen died, the house got quieter, but that is not why the cards stopped. My children stopped, because I had made my birthday feel like a test nobody wanted to take. The turning point happened last March at a thrift store donation counter. I had decided to clear out some drawers, old ties, a brown radio, cards from banks, dentists, and insurance agents. And then there were the 3 from my children. I don't know why I brought them. I think I wanted someone to see them. The woman behind the counter lifted the small rubber-banded stack. "These 3 look personal," she said. I nodded. "My children." She smiled gently. From one birthday? From one birthday? I said no. She waited. I tried to say more. Nothing came out. Because how do you tell a stranger that your children did not forget your birthday? They learned your birthday was a test. They learned every envelope had to pass inspection. They learned love could come back with red marks on it. I took the cards from her hand and sat outside beside the donation bins. I opened Peter's first. Inside, he had written only, "Dad, hope you're doing okay." Peter. I used to think that was cold. Now I saw what it was. Safe. He had chosen words I could not correct. Then Nathan's. Under the joke, in his crooked handwriting, he had written, "You probably won't like this one, but I do." My own son had known the card would disappoint me before I even opened it. Then Beth's winter trees. Hope this year is gentle to you. I finally understood. Beth had not been writing about the year. She had been asking me to become gentler. A man like me does not change in one clean moment. But I did something small. I bought 3 blank cards from the thrift store. At home, I sat on the edge of my bed with a pen. No table, no desk, no place where I could pretend this was business. I wrote Peter first. "Dear Peter, I still have the blue card you sent me. I should have thanked you better." Then Beth. "Dear Beth, you once wished me a gentle year." I understand that sentence now. I am sorry I made gentleness so hard around me. Nathan's was hardest. I wrote, "Dear Nathan, I liked the dog card. I should have laughed. I wish I had laughed. Your father, Arthur." I did not ask them to call. I did not ask them to forgive me. There is a time to stop handing people reasons and give them the apology they earned. I still keep the 3 birthday cards in my dresser. The rubber band finally broke, so now they sit loose. Peter's. Nathan's. Beth's. Some mornings, I take them out and read them, without correcting a single thing. Not the spelling, not the joke, not the shortness, not the silence between the words. I just read them, and I let them be enough. That may not sound like much, but for a man who spent his life grading love, enough is a hard word to learn. If someone still tries to love you in their small, imperfect way, receive it gently, because one day you may count what is left and realize they stopped sending love because you kept sending it back corrected. Tell me in the comments, what is one small gesture you wish you had accepted with more kindness?